All right, I got this question from Artman, who is a regular contributor and guy who comments on my channel. So I appreciate Artman. Good job. So the question that he asks is, what exercises do you do and do you count your calories? In fact, I got a couple of people after they saw this photograph of mine. Boy, how did you lose weight? How do you keep your weight down? What exercise do you do? What routines do you recommend? What diet? Are you having paleo? Are you a fruitarian? You know, there's so many questions. So let me answer it. It's a very big, broad subject. I might make a detailed video on it, but for now, I'll just answer it quickly. Now, let me tell you off the bat, I've been doing exercise and experimenting with my body since I think 25 plus years. Okay, steroids, SARMs, supplements, quick fixes, extreme diets, extreme exercises. I have done it all. Okay, I've more or less done it all. The only thing I might not have done is CrossFit training because that just started. So I've literally done all the kinds of exercises that you can think of, diets, experimented with different steroids from growth hormone to decadurabolon and stanozol and everything. Okay, so and I've gone through a cycle, steroid cycle, which I don't recommend, and that's again another topic. There are too many things. I can tell you without a doubt, if you want to lose weight and you want to maintain weight, no exercise in the world, and I repeat once again, no exercise in the world, any exercise is going to help you lose weight and keep your weight down. Okay, exercise, yes, it burns a few calories, okay, but it is predominantly to exercise your body, to keep your muscles strong and active, to keep your bones strong, blood circulation. And yes, there are plenty of good benefits of doing exercise, plenty, from oxygen intake to blood circulation to good health to making your immune system strong. But what it does not do is help you lose weight. It is a ancillary benefit. It's not a direct benefit. Now, obviously, you'll say, Loy, what about people who have lost 30 kilos, 40 kilos, losing weight and all that? I'll answer that. And you'll also then mention, Loy, I lost weight. Okay, fine. I'll even answer that. Now, first, the people who tend to lose weight, okay, the people who tend to lose weight and show you amazing results, number one is they're very few and they're very rare, okay, and who have maintained it. That's number one. Just hear me out. Number two is the people who tend to show off, oh, I lost weight, Loy, I've been successful, are the people who not only exercise, they've changed their diet. Without changing their diet, Kai, my landlady, Kai, super Kai. So they have not only started exercise, they have also changed their diet, okay? And third one is the people who make all these grandiose claims online are either people who want to impress you, who want likes, followers, or they just want to sell their course. In my years of buying supplements, magic powders, trying hardcore stuff, even going to a professional coach, okay, in all these years, the only way you can lose weight, okay, only way is by controlling what you eat, okay, and I'll come to that, how difficult it is and how impossible it is. Now, before you get on the bandwagon, Loy, you didn't do proper exercise or whatever, I had an Olympic level coach who trained for the Olympics. Okay, I used to pay him, I think, $150 an hour to train me. Okay, and I used his services for 2 years. And I'll tell you this, thanks to him, I got in the best shape of my life. I was able to run 21 kilometers. Okay, for a guy, I had multiple injuries from my lower back due to weightlifting days. I was overweight. My knees couldn't support my body, and I couldn't even go 50 meters. Okay, from there, thanks to this guy, I was able to run 21 kilometers in less than 2 hours, around 2 hours, exactly 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 54 seconds. I was able to sprint, I think 12 kilometers in 45 minutes or so. That was really fast at a pace of, I think, 4:48 a kilometer. That means every kilometer I ran 4.48 or 5 minutes. I ran a kilometer in 5 minutes, okay, for 12 kilometers. I competed in triathlon, that is swimming, bike, and running, okay. So I was at the best shape of my life thanks to him, but I was still chubby and I was still fat, okay. I've tried all the steroids possible where I got really very strong. I was able to push with my legs, that is for leg press. You lie down and you push weights at the top, 310 kilos. I was able to deadlift. Deadlift is where you pick up the weight from the floor, 185 kilos. My chest was not very strong, 155 kilos. But I was a pretty buff guy. I was really strong. So even with all this, I was not able to lose weight. The reason being is, it's a simple principle. You gain weight, okay? It's a very simple analysis. How do you gain weight? You gain weight by eating food, okay? Now, yes, people say, yeah, the quality of food matters and all. No, it's very simple. Food equal to calories. There are some which are more high in calories. There are some which are low. Now, obviously, if you eat nothing but green leaf, okay, now you're not going to become fat. Let's say you eat 10 kgs of green leaf. No, you're not going to become very fat, okay. But if you eat 10 kgs of, let's say, ice cream, yes, obviously that is sugar. If you eat 10 kgs of meat, maybe you'll not put on as much weight as 10 kgs of ice cream. So, yes, there are amounts of calories, but the bottom line is you put on weight by eating, by, you eat food, then you get the calories to put on weight. I've never met a single person who without eating has put on weight. So let's understand the basic principle is you gain weight by eating food. So if you are starving in Africa, totally starving, there's no food, you wouldn't put on weight. So the first things first, let's understand and accept this principle. You become fat by eating, okay? So it's not exercise, it's eating. So if you control your eating habits, the problem is solved. Now the second question comes, Loy, I control my eating habits, but I'm still fat. Now the next is the genetic factor, and yes, the quantity that you eat. There are some people who, even if they eat they eat one small meal a day, they're still going to be fat. Those are genetics, okay? But that is another topic, that's another discussion, and those are exceptions. But then it comes to the people who actually eat. What do they eat? Now, my story is very simple. I tried everything for 25 years. I used to literally run 20 kilometers every alternate day. I did this for almost, 6 years. I was still fat. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? And I was not able to lose weight. And then when I came down to Thailand, you could see here it's pretty hot, pretty humid. It's a forest. There are no training clubs nearby, and my priorities are different now. So I stopped weightlifting, I stopped bodybuilding, I stopped running, I stopped swimming, I stopped cycling. And Thai food has a lot of sugar in it. All the food has a lot of sugar, has a lot of, processed ingredients. And it's very delicious. I put on another, 10 kilos after coming to Thailand. So I really, really became fat, very fat. So, and it became so bad that I was unable to breathe. I was finding it difficult to breathe. I was finding it difficult to walk. My knees were paining. I was a really huge guy. I didn't even realize, you don't realize how unhealthy you are at all. You just can't realize unless you compare yourself by checking your weight, your BMI, your photographs of the past. But I just didn't realize how fat and unhealthy I became until one day my sugar started to go down severely and I nearly was about to faint, which is where I decided I'll check with the doctor. When I went to the doctor said, you're borderline diabetes, okay? You're borderline blood pressure, and it's impacting your heart. And I knew that I was entering a danger zone because genetically speaking in my family, my mother has diabetes, Mother and father both have diabetes. Mother and father both have blood pressure. And my mother also had heart problems. So I knew I was going to get that. So I had to take a drastic action, and I had to do it now. So I was not going to get hospitalized. And I knew many people of my age, especially after you cross 40, all you need is a stroke. And if you have a stroke or a medical issue, you're finished. As you become older, it's less about having six-pack abs. It's more about keeping healthy, because if you're hospitalized, you're finished. So as you grow older, the emphasis is not on cosmetics or aesthetics. It's more on health. And you realize this once you get old. Now when you're young, you don't give a fuck. And as you become older, you're unable to do things that you were able to do when you're young. When I was young, I would just get up in the morning after sleeping 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day of gaming the whole night or going to a club, go to the club, dance. I used to never dance. Fortunately for me, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, but I'd hang around well. The girls were 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the night in a nightclub, then 1 hour of driving around in Dubai. Then finally, by the time I come home, it would be 5 o'clock. Sleep 1 hour, 1.5 hour, struggle to get up and next day go to work. I could do that when I was young, but today, if I don't sleep my full 8 hours, my whole body aches, my mind doesn't work. As you become older, it's tougher. Like when I was young, I could take 150 kilos, put it on my back and sit and stand without warm up. Today, if I just jump out of bed without doing it slowly, I can get a back sprain. So age does matter. So, let this noise go. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so the point I was trying to tell you is it's very, very important for you to factor in, what you eat. I'm just trying to get my train of thought. What did I say last? Okay, let's just move on. Okay, if I get it, I get it. The main thing is, after doing all these exercises, everything else, and I stopped it. Yeah, now I remember. I was putting on weight, and the doctor said that, you will get diabetes, you will get blood pressure, you will have heart problems unless you change your lifestyle completely. And that is where I was like, what the fuck is this, man? I don't have the energy to run 20 kilometers now. My priority is to set up my brand, take care of my family. And my wife was having a baby in her stomach. So I was like, I need to really do something. That is why after researching, my strength is research, I found out about a surgery. It's called the bariatric surgery. Now, long story short, this is totally another video in itself. It's a surgery that involves your stomach, the size of it. They cut it down to 1/10 of its size. Okay, there are 2 different operations. If you want to know more about the operation that I did, you can just Google search or search on YouTube, Loy Machedo bariatric surgery. But just be warned, there is a graphic video of me getting operated. You'll see blood, you'll see operation, you'll see them cutting, and you'll see me naked also. So just warning you beforehand, it's not a very beautiful sight because it was a medical procedure. I streamed it live on Facebook. So you'll also get to see my junk, my private parts. So just be warned. And yes, there's blood and they're poking stuff inside my body. So there are 2 kinds of operations. One was a sleeve, where they make your stomach, which is like a big bag, they make it into a tube. The second one is where they cut your stomach instead of like a big bag size, they make it in a small pouch, small as an egg. So, but they have to rewire the intestine and everything else. So even though I was not in need of this operation, I decided to go for this operation. So prevention is better than cure. If you break a glass, you can't glue it together. That's my logic. So I opted for the bariatric surgery, RYN or RNY. It's called the gastric bypass. And after which I really was not able to eat food, at least properly for a year. And, I lost my appetite. I obviously was not able to eat lots of stuff. There's so much more information about this surgery, which I will speak in another video. So after that, I lost 35 kilos without exercise at all. 35. Okay, just imagine I was carrying a person That much weight I had in my body, that much of fat, that much of water, 35 kilos. I was carrying it every day. I lost it naturally. Eventually, the body adapts, and I was able to get my appetite back. The body also has a bad habit of wanting to eat the same delicious food or something else, so it finds out loopholes and ways to figure out how to eat delicious food. I have gone back to chocolates. So I put on, I think, 6-7 kilos. After that, you lose it drastically, and then you put on a little bit back. But it has been constant ever since. Word of caution, don't just think the surgery doesn't have drawbacks. There are ups and downs to this. If you're interested, I can let you know more about the surgery. Who did I did it? How did I select the doctor? What are the dangers? So many other factors. It's a different topic. So ever since I've been eating controlled, I've not put on weight. My operation is malabsorptive. That means it absorbs less, and malrestrictive. That means it can eat less. So I not only absorb less, I also eat less. And this kind of helps because now the first problem is solved. Since I'm unable to eat, obviously I'm unable to put on weight. And yes, I am eating. It's not that I'm not eating. And because I eat less, I'm not going to put on more weight. And then I complement this with the exercise that you see. So before I used to run 20 kilometers every alternate day. So go to the gym, has to run, has to do crazy stuff. Today I just do running and walking like this, and I'm able to maintain it. So long story short for you guys, you wanted to know what is the exercise that I do. The exercise that I do is very simple. Every day, it's a matter of consistency. This is what I tell people. Okay, fine. I know that you most probably do not want to go for a surgery. Fine. So how would you lose weight if you're a normal person? You need to be mindful about what you eat and drink. Okay? No crash course diet is going to work. Oh, I'm going to go paleo from today. I'm going to go vegetarian for the next 7 days. I'm going to detox my body. All this is shit. It's like, during Ramadan, Muslims all over the world, they fast for a month or 40 days. If a guy is a womanizer, if a guy is a smoker, drinker, drug addict, for 1 month or 40 days, he doesn't smoke, drink, do drugs, or fuck prostitutes. And then the day Ramadan is over, he goes fucking every prostitute. He does all the drugs. It's useless. It's totally useless. It's like taking your car for service, taking care, replacing all the parts, saying it's brand new. And then for 11 months, you're abusing it by wrecking it, smashing it. It's no point. The human body can, as it grows older, it becomes harder. So the first one is, don't go for all these crash diets. Yes, makes it a little exciting. I did 8 days of nothing but only water. 8 days. It's dangerous. Don't try it. I lost, I think, nearly 11 kilos. I was just peeing water and I was losing water. 8 days of only water. So I've tried that. I've tried paleo, eating only meat. Atkins, eating only meat. Once again, you lose weight rapidly, but then you'll gain it all back the day you stop. And these are not consistent, especially when people are eating delicious food in front of you. Go to any supermarket, there's chocolates, there's so many things. So the first one is, everything that you do in moderation. That's the first piece of advice I'll give you. The second piece of advice I'll give you is, every day on an empty stomach, after you get up, make sure that you do some kind of exercise. It can be as simple as walking. Plug in your audio book, or plug in, I recommend audiobook, education, or you can put in some music, or just walk, or take your partner, your spouse, and go for a long walk. Some exercise is better than none. Something. Or do 10 push-ups, even 1 push-up. Do one thing. The next one is the Win-Hof breathing method, WINHOF, where you breathe in and exhale. Breathe in deep and exhale. Oxygen is the most important thing for your body. Next one is, yes, you have to take care of the quality of food that you eat. So I'm not saying go organic meat and all that stuff. Just home cooked food. Home cooked food is always good. It's recommended to cut down on sweets, chocolates, ice creams, carbs, especially carbs. Carbs is one of the biggest culprits. Everything from Kellogg's cornflakes to anything that is sweet, sugary, and tasty is bad. Especially bread and all that, all carbs. It's not all carbs, but most of the processed carbs. Like if you eat chips, crisps, popcorn, you know, it's these are empty calories. Avoid doing what I used to do. I would watch a movie, I'd take my food, put on the movie, and for the duration of the movie, I'd keep hogging. So as I was watching the movie, I'd just eat. The more the suspense, the more the thriller, eat more. So delicious food, and I'd keep eating. Avoid doing that. If you know, when you're eating, either eat with your family or stand and eat, so it's inconvenient. Or one of my running mentors, he had this very simple philosophy. He was a military man. He would take one plate and he'd eat only once a day. I know this is not possible for everyone. And yes, there are some other people who try intermittent fasting, where you don't eat for 12 hours and only after the 12th hour, but you eat in small meals. So there are different ways. I don't want to get too much into it. So yeah, if I had to sum it up, I would just say number one is first is do exercise every day, any kind of exercise. Second one is be consistent with a lifestyle, not with crash diets. Okay, avoid processed food, eat healthy food, homemade food. And last but not the least, I think you need to be very realistic about your health. As you grow older, take care of it. From having bath in cold water to breathing deep to meditation, do whatever it takes. But keep it real, keep it consistent, and avoid all this internet related bullshit. Okay? Because it's all crap. My personal experience has been none of these crash diets, none of these, steroids, supplements. They work only in the short term. Long term, eventually, they don't work. So that's why I opted for a surgery. And the effects have been permanent for me, at least now. This is my third year. And like I said, it all comes down to the food you eat. So if you can control that, which is the hardest thing, it'll solve all your problems. You gain weight by eating. You don't lose weight by exercise. First, you eat. That's how you gain weight. And that's as simple as that. Don't fall for all the online information bullshit. So if this answers your question, have any questions, comments, anything, get in touch with me, WhatsApp, or put them in the comment section down below, or send me an email, and I'll make videos like this to respond to them. All right? Take care, guys. Thanks.